What if Korea's biggest stars weren't hiding lovers, but hiding from a world that won't let them be real? Beneath the glamour and headlines lie vanishing photos, lingering glances, and lyrics that feel like confessions. We're not here to label anyone, but to ask why so many stories stay in the shadows. At Rainbow Vibes, we believe silence speaks volumes. You decide what feels real. Let's talk about it. Jungkook, the golden boy, the hidden heartbeat, and the army return that shook the internet. From a quiet boy in Busan to a global icon known by one name, Jungkook was never just the youngest of BTS. He was the talent that made headlines, the charm that stole hearts, and the mystery that kept everyone watching. He danced like fire, sang like confession, and smiled like he was hiding the best part of the story. He debuted at 15, broke records at 20, and by 25, he had the world in his hands. From topping charts with 7 to setting the internet on fire with every Calvin Klein photo drop. But no matter how loud the music got, there was one part of Jungkook's life he never turned up the volume on: his heart. That's where Ji-woong was born. To fans, Jungkook and Jimin weren't just close. They were cinematic. Secret glances, shared trips, matching tattoos, deleted photos, a million tiny moments that felt just a little too real. The internet called it fantasy, but for many, it felt like something more. Something soft, electric, and quietly revolutionary. And through it all, Jungkook stayed silent. No confirmation, no denial. Just that familiar half-smile that said, maybe. In December 2023, he enlisted, and the world waited. Waited for music, for photos, for answers. Then, on June 11th, 2025, he returned, stronger, quieter, still unreadable, and Ji-woong trended again, like the world never missed a beat. Because the truth is, Jungkook still owes the world one answer. But maybe the silence is part of the message. That love doesn't always need to be explained. That queerness isn't always loud. And that just being yourself, quietly, unapologetically, can be the boldest thing of all. And while the world still waits, it also grows, in love, in understanding, and in the belief that everyone deserves to live and love out loud. Kim Heechul, the idol who bent the rules and made you question everything. If K-pop ever had a rule book, Kim Heechul probably burned it by accident, and then wore something fabulous to the ashes. With long hair, painted nails, and zero concern for gender norms, Heechul didn't just flirt with the edge of masculinity, he turned it into a performance art. He wasn't your typical male idol, and he never tried to be. From the early days of Super Junior, Heechul stood out, not just for his androgynous beauty, but for how unapologetically himself he was. He wore skirts in public. He kissed male idols on stage. He once posted a photo of himself in full makeup and captioned it, "My boyfriend is me." He openly swooned over actors like Won Bin and Lee Joon-ki, calling them ideal types, in an industry where most male idols stick to vague answers about girls. And fans noticed. Heechul and Dong-goo sparked early curiosity, especially after being spotted, leaving dorms together late at night, and always paired in interviews. But it was FT Island's Hongki who stirred the most conversation. They once vacationed together in Japan, shared hotel selfies, and even used matching phone cases. When asked about it, Heechul joked, "We fight like a married couple, but sleep in the same bed." That didn't help the rumors. He also made headlines in 2016 for saying on Knowing Bros that he had once seriously considered coming out. Not because he was gay, but to shock the industry and test Korea's limits. Whether that was another joke or something deeper, no one could say for sure. Heechul's identity has remained deliberately undefined. He once said, "I don't want to be boxed in. People will believe what they want anyway." And while he's dated women publicly, including twice as Momo, the rumors never stopped. Because no matter how many times he laughs them off, his actions speak louder. In a society where queerness is often erased, Heechul has spent his entire career daring to be soft, flamboyant, and fiercely untamed. Maybe he'll never give a clear answer, but maybe he already has, in glitter, sarcasm, and the quiet courage of just being different. Because sometimes visibility isn't about confession, it's about showing up, being yourself, and letting the world adjust. Cha Eun-woo, too perfect to be just a fantasy. He's the man who looks like he walked out of a webtoon, and ironically, he did. From True Beauty to Island and My ID as Gangnam Beauty, Cha Eun-woo became the gold standard for leading men. Handsome, polite, scandal-free. But that perfection, it started to raise eyebrows. In 2018, rumors began swirling after his on-set closeness with Ahn Hyo-sep in top management. The two were inseparable during filming, often spotted rehearsing alone after hours. One staff member anonymously shared online that their chemistry felt more like lovers than co-stars. Neither denied it, but fans noticed Eun-woo quietly unfollowed Ahn months later, sparking more speculation. Then came 2020, when Eun-woo's intimate friendship with a male model caused a stir. They were photographed traveling together during Chuseok despite pandemic restrictions. Matching bags, shared outfits, and a now-deleted Instagram post with the caption, "My Comfort Zone," set online forums on fire. The model's account was deactivated shortly after. In 2022, fans caught Eun-woo in a live stream casually singing a love ballad while scrolling through photos on his phone. For a split second, the reflection of what looked like a shirtless man appeared in the screen. Though quickly brushed off as coincidence, the clip went viral, and Cha Eun-woo gay rumor trended across Korean platforms. Eun-woo has never responded directly to any of these claims, but unlike idols who laugh things off or push back, he stays quiet, poised, distant, as if he knows saying nothing says more. Whether it's truth, fantasy, or something in between, Cha Eun-woo remains unreadable, not because he's hiding, but because maybe, just maybe, he's waiting for a world ready to listen without judgment. Kim Ji-woong, the quiet flame that sparked loud rumors. He rose to fame almost overnight, first as the brooding lead in Kissable Lips, then as the mysterious second male lead in The Sweet Blood. But it was 2023's Boys Planet that made Kim Ji-woong a household name. Tall, calm, emotionally intense, he wasn't loud, but he lingered in people's minds. And that's exactly where the rumors began. In early 2021, during the promotion of the BL web series Kissable Lips, Ji-woong's chemistry with co-star Yoon So-bin felt too natural, even off-camera. In fan interviews, they often finished each other's sentences, and in one behind-the-scenes video, Ji-woong gently fixed So-bin's mic, then whispered something that made them both blush. The moment went viral on TikTok, with the caption, "This isn't acting anymore." In mid-2022, fans noticed Ji-woong frequently commenting on the posts of Kim Min-kyu, a fellow actor and former survival show contestant. Their online interactions were light, emojis, song lyrics, private inside jokes, but often timed during late nights. One post, later deleted, showed Min-kyu holding hands with an unidentified man. Fans swore the silhouette matched Ji-woong's build and watch. What stood out wasn't just the timing, it was Ji-woong's comfort with it all. While other idols distanced themselves from the queer roles they played, he leaned in. He called the experience liberating and told fans, "Love is love, whoever it's with." To this day, Ji-woong hasn't confirmed anything, but his ease with fluidity, the soft vulnerability he brings to male-male dynamics, and the quiet affection he doesn't try to hide, all speak volumes. Maybe that's what draws people in, not just the beauty or talent, but the feeling that he's living honestly, even if he never says the words. If his silence holds meaning for you too, don't forget to support stories like his. Subscribe, leave a comment, and join us at Rainbow Vibes, where every shade of truth is worth hearing. Shi-yoon, the soft-spoken star with a quiet storm of rumors. You might know Shi-yoon as the sweet, nerdy genius and king of baking Kim Tak-gu, the drama that made half of Korea cry and the other half binge instant ramen. Since then, he's played everything from lonely princes to bashful lawyers. With a face so kind, directors keep casting him as the safe guy. But in real life, Shi-yoon has always been a little harder to read. The rumors first picked up speed in 2016, when Shi-yoon joined the variety show 2 Days and 1 Night. Fans noticed his unusually warm dynamic with castmate Jung Joon-young. While others joked around, Shi-yoon often gazed at him quietly, sometimes adjusting his jacket, brushing off dust. Little things that felt tender. One episode even showed the two staying behind while others went to sleep. The camera caught a moment where Joon-young called Shi-yoon the kind of person I'd marry. Of course, it was passed off as humor, but the internet didn't forget. In 2018, he did a photo shoot with Ryu Seung-soo, and fans noted the chemistry, not between co-stars, but off-set. A behind-the-scenes clip caught Shi-yoon resting his head on Seung-soo's shoulder, eyes closed, laughing softly. It looked intimate. Too intimate for two people allegedly just colleagues. When asked about it in an interview, Shi-yoon smiled and said, "I think affection is a beautiful thing, no matter where it comes from." He's never dated publicly. No big scandals, no public girlfriends. Just quiet, soft, ambiguous. But what sets him apart isn't just the rumors, it's how comfortable he seems in his skin. While others push back or laugh nervously, Shi-yoon leans into gentleness, openly emotional, touchy with male friends, and unafraid to break the macho mold that defines so many Korean actors. Maybe he's just naturally affectionate. Or maybe, without saying a word, he's reminding us that masculinity doesn't have to be loud to be brave. Choi Tae-joon, the charming chameleon with a shadow of secrets. Most people know Choi Tae-joon as the romantic lead from dramas like So I Married the Anti-Fan, or the soft-voiced lawyer in Suspicious Partner. With expressive eyes and that low, velvety voice, he was never the loudest idol-turned-actor. But he always left a lasting impression. His public image? Calm, respectful, the perfect boyfriend material. Which is why the rumors feel so out of place and so impossible to ignore. Back in 2017, Choi starred in the web drama 109 Strange Things, a quirky sci-fi romance. What caught attention wasn't the plot, but his off-screen bond with co-star Jung Chae-yoon's brother, a rookie actor who frequently visited the set. Multiple fan accounts on DC Inside noted how Choi and the young man were spotted dining alone after filming, sometimes with matching accessories. One fan uploaded a blurry image of the two entering a hotel cafe together late at night. It didn't go viral, but it never really went away either. Then came 2019, when Choi's name briefly trended on Korean forums after a tabloid hinted at a young male actor seen at a gay bar in Itaewon. Though no photos were published, the physical description, height, hairstyle, even a distinctive silver ring, matched Choi's look at the time. His agency never responded and the rumor faded, but it didn't disappear. And yet, the contrast is striking. In 2022, he married superstar Park Shin-hye, his longtime girlfriend, in what fans called a perfect fairy tale ending. The wedding was beautiful. The baby announcement was even sweeter. But to some, it felt too perfectly timed, as if wrapping a bow around a chapter the public was never supposed to question. Choi Tae-joon has never addressed the speculation. He's never had to. His charm does the heavy lifting and his silence does the rest. But here's the thing. When someone stays this quiet for this long, is it protection or something deeper? What do you think Choi Tae-joon's silence is really saying? Jung Yunho, the stage commander with a private life fans still can't decode. As the charismatic leader of TVXQ, Jung Yunho was always larger than life. Whether he was belting high notes on Mirotic, dancing with military precision in Keep Your Head Down, or delivering passionate speeches about hard work, Yunho seemed like the textbook definition of loyalty, discipline, and idol perfection. But beneath the surface of that military-styled image lies a trail of quiet rumors and just enough unanswered questions to keep fans guessing for years. In the mid-2000s, Yunho's close friendship with fellow SM trainee Kim Jae-jung was legendary. They called each other soulmates, wore matching rings, and shared hotel rooms even when they didn't have to. Fans coined the term Yunjae, and what started as innocent shipping evolved into a global fandom movement. Things escalated in 2009 when Jae-jung left SM with JYJ. The group was split, but fans noticed something strange. Yunho never publicly denounced him. In fact, he kept an old photo of them together on his desk during a broadcast appearance. Years later, Jae-jung cryptically said in an interview, "Some people can't speak freely, even if they want to." Was it about Yunho? No one knows, but Yunjae fans still hold on. Then, in 2013, Yunho was spotted at a luxury spa in Tokyo, in the company of an unknown man. Dispatch didn't publish the story, but fan-taken photos circulated on Japanese forums, prompting speculations that were quickly scrubbed from Korean media. The identity of the man was never confirmed. Yunho's onstage persona is bold, explosive, but offstage, he's famously reserved. He's had no confirmed public relationships, no girlfriend scandals, no dating variety shows, no tabloid exposure. Just work, discipline, and a silence that sometimes says more than any statement. For someone who speaks so passionately about dreams, Yunho remains unusually quiet about the personal. And maybe that's why fans are still watching, not just his performances, but his pauses. Is Jung Yunho simply private, or quietly protecting something bigger than himself? Yeo Jin-goo, the star who let his work speak and left the rest unanswered. Some celebrities shine by oversharing. Yeo Jin-goo is the opposite. No viral TikToks, no dating scandals, no headline-grabbing drama, just consistently powerful acting and a calm silence that somehow makes fans listen even closer. It's that contrast, the emotional vulnerability on screen versus the controlled stillness off it, that has led to quiet speculation, not loud rumors, not scandal. Just whispers, the kind that linger. In 2019, during promotions for Hotel del Luna, Jin-goo was asked repeatedly about ideal types. Female names were tossed out, but he dodged each one with a smile and a joke. Later, fans noticed his Instagram feed was carefully curated, scenic shots, work updates, and a recurring presence, actor Shin Jae-ha, with who he shared multiple off-camera adventures. Fans speculated more in 2021 after an interview where he described love as not always about gender, but about comfort. The quote didn't trend, but it stuck, especially when paired with his tendency to form emotionally intimate, long-lasting friendships with male co-stars. Jin-goo has never made any public statement about his personal life, and that's exactly why people are curious. There's no denial, no laughter, just a quiet refusal to play the image game, and maybe that's his power. In an industry obsessed with labels, Jin-goo leaves room for nuance. In a country where queer visibility is still limited, his presence feels refreshing because it's real. No theatrics, no performance, just a man doing his job, feeling deeply, and letting the audience connect however they choose. Maybe he's just private, maybe the rumors are wrong, but in his quiet, grounded way, Yeo Jin-goo reminds us that not fitting into a box can be its own kind of courage, and in a world craving authenticity, maybe that's the most powerful statement of all. Kim Soo-hyun, the man who spoke through silence. There's a softness to Kim Soo-hyun that doesn't beg for attention, it simply stays with you. In Moon Embracing the Sun, he gave us a king in quiet agony. In It's Okay to Not Be Okay, he broke us with a glance. He's not loud, not flashy, but somehow unforgettable. And maybe that's why people have always looked for something more, something unspoken. For years, fans have gently questioned the space between his roles and his reality. In 2014, after a dinner in Gangnam with a male stylist, Soo-hyun was photographed holding his companion's hand briefly, a moment the press brushed off, but fans never quite let go. In 2017, Reel stirred new conversation, not for its plot, but for its undercurrent. The emotional weight between two male leads that felt tender, tense, maybe even intentional. But Kim Soo-hyun never confirmed anything. he never denied either. In one older interview, barely aired, he said, "Love isn't always logical or loud. Sometimes it just is." That one sentence lives on in quiet corners of the internet, screenshot and shared like a secret past between those who understand. He's never needed to explain himself, and maybe that's what makes him so compelling. Because while others perform perfection, he's made a career out of stillness, of looking into the camera and saying everything without saying a word. And maybe that's his quiet contribution, not as a headline, not as a symbol, but as a reminder that some people live outside of definition, and they are no less worthy of love or understanding because of it. In a world that still asks too many questions about who we're allowed to be, Kim Soo-hyun has become something rare, a mirror, a mystery, and for many, a kind of gentle hope. In a world where fame demands perfection and silence is often safer than truth, these stories remind us that identity is still a battleground. Whether these rumors are real, exaggerated, or simply misunderstood, they reveal something deeper: how far we still have to go in making space for LGBTQ+ voices in Asian entertainment. Because at the end of the day, love in all its forms shouldn't be a secret. Now it's your turn. Which story surprised you the most? Which one felt closest to the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more videos from Rainbow Vibes, where we tell the stories others leave behind.